A very good afternoon. You're watching CNN News 18 with me, Akanksha Swaroop. Let's now take you to Kanniyakumari. Remember, Prime Minister's in fact completed 45 hours of his meditation today. This is the latest news that we are bringing to you from Kanniyakumari as the day in fact takes to phase 7 of polling. Prime Minister has now finished his 3-day visit to Kanniyakumari as his meditation has now come to an end. Those are the latest visuals that we are bringing to you of Kanniyakumari. In fact, we are learning that the Prime Minister has also performed the Surya Arghya, which is in fact a ritual associated with the spiritual practice involving salutations to the sun. Let's quickly go across to Arun Danta, who's joining us live from Kanniyakumari. Arun, what are you learning of Prime Minister's meditation now? Has it finally come to an end? How did day 3 go of Prime Minister's meditation?
Well, that's right. Prime Minister Modi, after concluding his 45 hours long meditation at Swami Vivekananda Rock Memorial, will be now heading back to Delhi. And it was a meditation retreat for him. And especially on that day when Varanasi is going to polls, and he's of course contesting from Varanasi, so he was away from that political hustle bustle, polling hustle bustle, and he was in this meditation retreat here in Kanniyakumari. So Prime Minister of course started it on 30th of May after offering his prayers at the temple, which is in the vicinity of the Swami Vivekananda Rock Memorial. Then he started his 3 days long meditation. In fact, we saw even today he was offering water to the sun, as it raises, and even yesterday he did the same thing. So I think it was a kind of a retreat for Prime Minister Modi, which he started 2 days back. And similarly, Vivekananda had also done a 3 days meditation from the same place where Prime Minister Modi has just concluded his 3 days meditation
Arun,
retreat.
it's interesting that you highlighted Prime Minister performing the sun salutation on both days of his meditation. Not to forget, we've also seen him around the mandapam, in fact, with the Japmala. Take us through the deep symbolism of his spiritual journey at Kanniyakumari, because we all know that as we speak, Varanasi is also going to vote, and we, everybody, in fact, political analysts are talking about this being a foreseen victory, but it will be the victory margin that will also be the point of discussion, is what political analysts are predicting.
Well, that's right. And today is the last phase of 2024 Lok Sabha polls. What is going to happen? Who's going to form the government? Who will become the Prime Minister? We'll have to wait for the 4th of June. But of course, Prime Minister Modi is sending out multiple messages through this visit to Kanniyakumari. Of course, when his constituency is going to polls, he was in a deep meditation here in Kanniyakumari, far away from Banaras, Varanasi. And secondly, of course, the personal connect of which he's speaking about with Vivekananda, that how he was inspired with the Swami Vivekananda. And also, of course, these 3 days of Prime Minister's meditation have been without any solid food. He did not have anything during this period. We're given to understand only coconut water was the thing which he was having in this entire period of 45 hours long meditation. In fact, in those visuals that came in the morning, we saw Prime Minister Modi in fact performing yoga as well, and he was sitting outside the premises of Swami Vivekananda Rock Memorial. And then of course he went inside. He sat at the same place, at the same rock where Swami Vivekananda performed his meditation in 1892. So there have been, multiple facets of Prime Minister Modi's visit, and of course, political significance is also very important, because it's the southern part of the country, and therefore BJP holds southern part of India very importantly, and therefore they have been working in with that direction, that they will be able to win the hearts of people.
It's very
in South.
interesting that you also talk about the southern push because remember, yesterday we've seen the Union Home Minister Amit Shah also visit Tirupati, and while his temple run continued all the way to Gujarat today, we've seen Prime Minister's own meditation take place in Kanniyakumari. Having said that, how has Lok Sabha election of 2024 particularly stood out in terms of BJP's own focus on the southern states?
Well, see, as far as South India is concerned, BJP was eyeing on all these 5 states which falls under this region, because last time, if you remember, in 2019, BJP was not able to perform well except Karnataka and Telangana. So this time around, they are not only hoping to repeat what they did in 2019 in Karnataka and Telangana, but also to increase their tally in Telangana, and also the other states like Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, their Kerala, where they want to increase their tally. So they have high from these states, because in Tamil Nadu,
all right, Arun, I'm going to request you to continue staying with us. I'm so sorry to interrupt you there. In fact, I'm joined in by Mr. Narendra Tirupati of the Bharatiya Janata Party joining me on the phone line. Mr. Tirupati, indeed a monumental day, on a day when we see Varanasi go to polls. Prime Minister has now finished his meditation. How deeply symbolic is Prime Minister's meditation that he's in fact embarked on for 3 days?
See, in the last 10 years, he's worked very hard, and in the last 1.5 to 2 months, he has been touring the country. And he definitely needs not a break, but he needs some power to come back again govern this country for another 5 years. That is the energy he needed, so he has gone there. So we are happy that we have a Prime Minister who has been to a sacred place, and to tell the world that in the last 10 years what we have done, and taking a pledge that he will serve the country more. So we are happy. It is a good sign. It is a great sign. It is a strength. So all is well.
Since you talk about the mark of strength as far as Prime Minister's visit to the Vivekananda Memorial is concerned, I also want you to share with us your own insights in terms of how do you see Varanasi faring for the Prime Minister. Everybody is not talking about victory, but in fact the victory margin with which Prime Minister will in fact be faring from his constituency.
See, as a Prime Minister, he has served the country very well. As a parliamentarian, as the parliament member of Varanasi, he has definitely taken care of the people there. And we all know what has happened to Varanasi in the last 10 years. We have seen things happening, and the connect between the Varanasi and the entire other places in India has increased. Varanasi has developed economically, socially. Everything has happened in Varanasi. So I hope the people of Varanasi will elect the Prime Minister with a huge margin.
But Mr. Tirupati, how do you respond to the kind of attacks we've seen coming in from Congress, even the Trinamool Congress? We've also heard Sitaram Yechuri now join in the chorus asking, does Prime Minister even know what was the last speech delivered by Swami Vivekananda in Chicago? So those are the kind of attacks we've seen coming in. They've also questioned why is there a need for camera to be trailing behind Prime Minister if this is such a personal visit for the Prime Minister?
Envying the Prime Minister is wrong. That is what I say. And the Prime Minister has not gone for a holiday or a picnic. We should understand this. So many, even our Chief Minister who went to Kodaikanal, when asked, I said, if he needs a break, he should take. So that magnanimity we had. But these people, you can't expect this magnanimity and generosity from these people. And there is no point in answering these people who talk very silly